We got some really good choices this week. What do we got? We got the returning champion from last week's show, Vader OG. That's what we're going to start with today. Then we're going to move on to Alien Hallucination.
Very good, very good.
Beautiful looking bud. I was real impressed with that. Let's hope it smokes as well as it looks. And our final contestant this week in the pick of the week is the OG 18.
Very tasty, very tasty.
All right, well, we have pre-sampled a couple of them, but I guess we'll just kick it off with the first bud, the Vader OG. Last week we did what did we do? A joint, a blunt, then the bong. We're going to change up the speed this week, and we're going to do 3 blunts. Which one is it? All right. Oh yeah, the Vader.
Like it's a secret. Now let me ask you a question. Why is it that all states don't adapt to the same regulations and regulatories on marijuana as everyone else?
Well, it's all a matter of the feds not leading the band. They're not orchestrating things at a federal level, so then it's left up to the states, and the states are as different as there are different states. Ohio's law, that's one, and I looked at that one. That is like buy into the system. If you put in your money, you get to be one of the 10 grow-ups that's allowed, and if they don't handle the demand, the state can license other people. But unless that need arises, they monopolize the system. They get to be the only ones that make the profit on it. Wow. That's amazing.
Sounds like a bunch of bullshit.
It sounds like monopoly.
Yeah, all day. It's just a form of keep everybody out and let the rich in. So what about this in Michigan with the testing facilities, to where they say that they want the labs to distinguish if it's a synthetic THC or a natural THC.
Well, the difference between the two, as far as the law goes, is one is a felony and one is legal. So if they can't distinguish from what process the synthetic was derived from, they can't say whether it was from a natural or it's a synthetic, so they can't tell whether it's natural or synthetic. So
you can't tell if it's synthetic, but you can always tell if it's natural.
Well, the truth is nobody's got a lab that's got the kind of equipment they need to synthesize THC. I think it's ridiculous that they would even think that people were doing that. The problem I see with the little monopoly systems is that people want it to be legal, and they'll vote for it to be legal, and without realizing that they've made and created and are supporting another economic scheme, a monopoly system. Well, there is bright news, I guess. In that same legislation, it does say that you can grow up to 4 plants yourself, which sounds like, a free and open market could arise, but until you see it at the farmer's market, it's not really legal.
Yeah, I can understand that. Damn good.
This Vader OG is some good stuff. I hope you're joining us. It's Friday. It's almost 4:20. We like to start at 4, just because we do 3 different picks of the week. Takes us about 20 minutes to analyze one of these, so we got to start right at the top of the hour. We do say at 4:20, but that's when we hit the second pick.
Hopefully the first pick's still rolling. appreciate y'all for tuning in, watching us funky guys kick a little knowledge, smoke a little mad.
YouTube has told us that we have viewers in Germany. Shout out to my friends in Germany. I hope you're smoking it up with us now. We also had quite a few viewers in the UK, in England. Shout out, guys. I know that the laws are going to change for you guys. Currently, you only have legal monopoly systems going on there, but Canada's going to lead the way. That'll be the testing ground for whether or not Britain can accept it being legal. It's ridiculous, because I think Britain was one of the largest producers of hemp when Britain was formed. I mean, throughout the Middle Ages, cannabis was the number one crop industry.
Okay, now, Schedule 1 or Schedule 2? Because in the article I read, it says Schedule 1 and Schedule 2.
Well, right now it's Schedule 1, and the difference between Schedule 1 and Schedule 2 is the difference between being able to have licensed researchers and testing labs do medical research to prove the effectiveness of this medicine. So until it becomes Schedule 2, there's no legal research. That way it's a moot point.
But they do charge us as a Schedule 2. That's where the felony comes in.
The Schedule 1 is the felony. I think that...
No, possession of marijuana?
Possession of marijuana is a Class 1 felony or federal crime. In the state, though, it's not.
Yeah, well, in the state, that's what I say. Possession of marijuana is a 90-day misdemeanor.
Well, I think as of today, there are 23 states that have decriminalized, legalized for medicinal purposes, and a few that have legalized it completely recreational. Now, I think there's a big difference in what we've seen already. I mean, I just have to say this. I really support Washington, but I can't even imagine a system in which I walk into a bud shop or a club or a dispensary to purchase my legal recreational marijuana, and I can't smell it before I buy it.
No.
Oh, I feel for you guys. How can you feel with that?
It's whack as hell.
Oh.
It's what you call bad for business.
Well, I guess the only way they could really get around that is maybe, like you can't go up and buy a bottle of wine and taste it before. But once you've tasted it, you know what you're buying.
But I can go to the store and smell a flower before I purchase it.
I know, and these are flowers, and they smell so good. I feel bad for my friends in Washington. I mean, kudos, you got it legal. But I think you guys ended up with a little bit of a monopoly system, and the fact that you can't smell your buds before you buy it, for you. Oh, I'm so sorry, man.
It's a hurtful feeling. Smell it, taste it, love it, like it. Just get mad at it.
We have improved our audio this week. I hope that is noticeable. This is the first pick we're working on here, the Vader OG, which was the pick of the week last week. Beat out the Khalifa Kush, which was a real good contender. We'll have to bring it back in another run sometime. Unfortunately, it was no longer available in our area.
Kicked it off about 4 o'clock. It's 4:10. Still smoking good. Getting ready for 4:20.
See, that's why you need a whole hour to do 3 picks, because you really got to experience them all and give a little bit of time for it to breathe in between.
What, your mind breathe? Self-medication?
Breathe in some clean air in between.
I get a lot of that every day.
Yeah, we live in a beautiful time. And the BudTender's pick of the week is really, we were talking about this, because the series itself, the BudTender's Guide to the Galaxy, is a more informative series. The BudTender's pick of the week is really just a celebration every week of the fact that we can get together and smoke buds that look like this. I mean, come on, this thing is gorgeous. And when we broke it apart, thanks, guys. Ooh, it's still going.
Smokes like it looks.
Oh yeah, it's tasty.
That is still running strong.
Tasty, tasty. Nice cloud. Nice cloud. Well, we had a little get-together last weekend at Big Blue Hydroponics here in Muskegon. Every week, this guy provides the contact with the doctors needed to, and the filing of the paperwork, everything that's required to get your card, provided you have a medical condition, obviously. I think his total is like 7,000 patients now in the 7 years. It's pretty amazing. Shout out to them. We were also out there, our purpose out there was really to gain more signatures for the MI Legalized campaign here in Michigan. Be sure you're on the Vote 2016.
Get out and vote. If you don't like it, get out and vote.
If you haven't signed the petition, there's still time. We've got until, I believe, the 20th of December. Don't quote me, but at least the second weekend of December to collect more signatures. So if your name's not on there, come on. If you're a registered voter, get in there. It's going to be on the ballot, guys.
We gotta let them know how we feel, how we stand, and where we come from.
You're not going to set off a ringtone, right?
Nah, I mean, sure.
Alright,
Bucket up this
because like if you're live broadcasting and your phone rings and you have a music ringtone, it doesn't just send off that ringtone in the non-audible range. It sends off a digital signal that alerts YouTube to scrub our audio, which was
up your party.
which really messed up our audio from the last week's episode. Our first broadcast too. It was, an amateur attempt, but we're going to keep with it. We're going to keep making it better. We improved a couple of things this week. I'm real happy with us, man.
Yeah, the smoke improved too.
Well, I like the fact that we got the buds here, showing what we're doing, because that's important, man. The viewers got to see what it is. I hope you can match it. I mean, if you go in the discussion below and post a picture of what you're smoking, we could get a chain going from around the world. Maybe anonymous.
We'd like to check it out.
We'd definitely like to check it out. We were going to set some time between this and the 420 light up to go over discussions and tweets. But we haven't had any. I hope that changes. At least subscribe, because we've had viewers, but we've had a lot less subscribers than we have viewers. So come on, support us, guys. Come smoke with us on Fridays, man.
Please go check us out. See what we got to say.
If you can't come and hang out and burn one on Friday, man, your life is too tense, okay? You gotta be able to hang once in a while. Now, I know it's not for everywhere, and we're only broadcasting from the Eastern time zone, but the live episode can be viewed at any time. So when you get to your 420, hit us up, man. Join us, smoke with us. And give us something to discuss, because we want an interactive show here. We want to hear from people. And we're going to have some guests and
We need some feedback. We need some positive feedback.
we've talked to a few different people, and we're sizing up guests. And although this is really just more like a radio show between Don and I, we do anticipate having more people to join our party here in the set. We can widen out the shot and add more people without a problem. So if you are a medical patient and want to get with us down here, put in your discussion. Let us know what you're up to. You might join us.
Check us out. Let us know what type of events you have scheduled, when and where. If we're invited, can attend and can smoke.
Well, speaking of events, this is October 30th, and tomorrow is Halloween, and some friends of ours put together a little festival in Flint. I believe they're calling it Dab-O-Ween. As a holiday get-together celebrating, I would think, dabs. and concentrates in general. So that's tonight, actually, in about 4 hours in Flint. So we had thought about after the show going and visiting Lansing again, because apparently we're really out of some things.
Yep.
And then maybe pop up to Flint, check out our friends in Flint. I wish we could have been able to shoot you a link to that information, but unfortunately we were unaware of it until just the other day.
In due time. What it is just everyone wants to remain anonymous until everything gets put in and put out the way. Hopefully everything gets voted in, everybody come on in and make it happen.
The problem really comes down to, for me, is this is a celebration. This is 7 years this law has been in effect, and I was able to come out of the closet and start growing my own. It's beautiful. I love it. I don't want it to change. I want it to get better. And what we're going through right now is a transition between a very unregulated structure that was put in place to a more complex structure. Unfortunately, the 3 House bills that are in the Senate floor now, not one of them contains any language on how any one of the licensees, arm transporter, processor, testing, grower, or retailer, how they're supposed to conduct their business as far as banking goes. Can we bank? Are you going to put a state chartered bank together so we can? Oh, look at that! It's time for the next bud.
Can you see it smoking?
It's 2 minutes off because
this is the
because we
alien.
previewed the mic.
Yep.
Yeah. No, this is the second pick. The second pick. You're lighting it up.
This is the alien here, boss.
We'll call it 420. It's only 418. Hey,
I want to be smoking at 420.
it may take a second to get this alien hallucination lit up. Can you see that, bud? Does it show up at all on there? I mean, because I got to tell you, this bud right here, look at this. This bud was huge, man. Look at it. In the studio here, it dwarfs us. Or we're dwarfed by it. It's huge.
Just break a piece of it off. Let's smoke that shit.
Can I actually break a piece of it?
Let's try. We smoke a good bit of that shit.
That's silly.
See what it is. Hopefully it tastes just like this one.
Alien hallucination. It's kind of a mouthful as far as the name goes. This has got to be a little more of a sativa.
Oh wait. Oh shit.
It has a little taste, but it's got something else to it.
It's got a sweet flower taste. Sweet. A lot of molasses.
The buds were beautiful, man. I mean, how can you not want to grab hold of that thing?
Don't be a hater. Come check us out. You can taste it too. Reach your finger out. I'm gonna pass it to you in just a second. Oh. Uh-oh, he got you. Just reach on out there and grab it. Can you get it? There you go. Oh, that's excellent. What it tastes like?
Nice.
Well, let me taste it now.
Wow.
I'll blow you some. Shit's lovely. I plan on smoking with my man Snoopy.
Well, we may not get any guests, but come about the 15th episode or so, and we're still doing this, people are going to realize we're serious. We'll be here every Friday. Right here. Right here. Smoking it up. And you too. Alright. We'll pass it over to you.
You can have it. Here, go ahead and take it. It's yours. Here, smoke some. Did you get it? Ah, there. Blow me a little smoke. Oh, wonderful.
go to the Dabbaween, we'll shoot some video there if we can, and let you know how that event turned out next week. That's actually the kind of thing we'd have in the BudTender's Guide to the Galaxy, which is in pre-production still, for a few more weeks.
All I can say is just tune in. Got a hell of a lot more shit that's to come. Just check us out and see what's up.
We already have a lot to show you. Unfortunately, nobody wants us to show it to you at the current time. I think we've explained this to you, but the law is what it is, and there is no provision for certain operations that we want to celebrate and show you. All of this is for us is a celebration of cannabis being legal.
That's one of my favorite books. It's called High Times. Got him. He's choking. He's dying. He's coughing. He's choking. What is he doing? He's still going. Put his ass
I'm gonna go for the bottle of water.
Had to pat his ass on the back. Oh, he's still going. Oh, look at that shit. Oh, that damn alien fucking him up.
Oh, the alien.
Still can't breathe, y'all. Still okay. He's still trying to get his 420.
Hey, welcome to 420. Actually, it's 423, which is midway through the second pick of the week. And the alien hallucination.
Come check us out, man.
If the more you
Put some of your dank in the air.
the more you get off, we might actually hallucinate.
You want to fall out. Not me.
You're all right. It's high CPU usage. I disappear in and out of the universe. Super smoker.
Hey man, tell you something. Brought to you by who? Mike and Doc. Appreciate you for tuning in. We ain't doing nothing but chilling. Just talking a little smack to each other. Kicking it with y'all.
Hitting the second pick of the week, the alien hallucination. Now, I gotta say, if you made it to our pick of the week, you're already a good bud. Okay, it's not really a competition at this point. It's a celebration of these buds. Although we do pick a winner, and that one we carry on to the next week.
And that's the reason why we started with the winner from last week first, this week. Was to see if any of the others to compete with it.
And we figured it's a layer effect. So, we definitely, wanted to start with the Vader, set the mindset, and then if we could feel any effect on top of that, knowing how strong it was, we figured we could gauge whether or not
It was any good?
they were any better. This is a pretty good smoke, this alien hallucination. I gotta recommend it. It's got a really good flavor. It's not as strong of a Kush flavor as I think Don and I both like. It has a little more sensey in it. Sweet sativa. It's like a real sweet sativa flavor to it.
That's a good flower.
I think it's a good mix with the OG though. The Vader was really good. I hope that don't make a lot of sound when I punch that. Wow, Germany, England. Wow, these are countries that want to catch much on board to what we're doing over here in the States. 23 states and counting. 2015, Ohio is going to put up a little vote. I think that was a poor choice in years. I don't think many people turn out for those odd number elections. Well, the second pick, alien hallucination. Let us know if you've ever tried these strains and what your opinion of them was. We'll compare it against you. That was super strong. It made me cough long. But I'm not singing a song. Well, we're going to continue our tour of the dispensaries around the state. We've been to 25 so far, and we're going to go back to Ann Arbor, I think, next week. Check on it. I don't think we'll actually do any shooting down there because the timing's just not right on that aspect of the show, but it's getting close. And the video we've already shot kind of is obsolete, as by the time we start the show, we'll already have so many places that we enjoyed so much that I'd say out of the 25, we picked probably 6 of them that were just really awesome places. I wonder how good this mic really is in picking up ambient sound. Well, once again, our associate producer didn't show up. Our cameraman didn't show up either. I'm not sure that they're really actually going to be carrying those titles much longer, because we do have some other people applying for those spots. There's other people that are passionate about their celebrating 420 every day. We get together once a week. There's no reason to do it every day. By the time we've investigated everywhere and traveled around the state, I don't think there's been too many times we've been at locations that we didn't actually get samples given to us to try out. And just this last weekend, I got a sample from a guy, an anonymous grower, and he had something written on the bag, but I couldn't really tell what it was. I thought it was like Maui 3 or something like that. It was a great bud. I liked it. I think it could have cured for a couple more weeks, but it did smoke great and had a real good flavor. Thanks for it. I wish I could have reviewed it, but I didn't know what it was called. You're gonna get back with me on that, because we'll try it again. Well, the alien hallucination burned a whole lot faster than the Vader OG. I'm looking for it. I don't even see it around here anymore. Well, all that's left is the OG 18. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to maybe sample 4 if we're going to do a whole hour. Do you still have that alien hallucination around or what?
Mm-hmm.
You like the bud float, man? That's pretty awesome.
Look damn good.
It does. It looks so interactive too, like, you know what I mean? Like, I could really just reach up there and just kind of hey, where'd it go? It's gone. Oh, what incredible timing that was.
Oh, sweet. Just made it just pop out.
It disappeared. I wonder why it would have done that. Do you think it's because we're getting next to 4:40? No way, it couldn't be already 20 minutes. Nah, it's only 4:30.
It's getting there. Time they got short.
Oh, well, I would have liked to have kept that graphic up there a little longer.
It was good. I think you just kind of stoned.
Well, I think at this point I was thinking maybe we could scroll comments and discussion things, tweets, that kind of stuff, because I like to put them up there so people can read them too while we're talking about it. So I think this is the spot that I want to change for next week's show. You know what I mean? So if you actually put a discussion posting in there, I can then clip it and put it up here, and we can add you in the show. It just, it'd be a little more fluid. But you got to do some sort of a discussion posting. God dang. Is there anybody out there? Well, we're just some bud tenders. We just got some picks of the week. We're just getting together and smoking them.
Smoking them.
Hey, you got any more of that alien hallucination? Where'd they go?
That's all of you. You want to let them check it out?
I don't know. I should have put that graphic up there again. It seems a bit strange. But at some point it'll change, and then we can kick up that next one, right?
You gotta stay focused, mate.
I am focused.
Every time we didn't told you lost it more and more. You were just joking. I thought you were gonna be sick.
Well, I did have a little bit of coughing fit there, but I recovered. The alien hallucination. I don't know. I liked it. I think I definitely felt it. But it's not a Kush buzz. That's a like, come on, dude. We gotta go. We gotta go over across the state, man. Let's go run. Go to fucking,
We can do that.
let's go stop by Lansing, see our good buds there. I wish I could say your name at this point. Maybe even put your logo right there. Whatever. But we can't at this point. We solemnly promised we wouldn't.
Yeah.
But we have a connection in the center of the state that just has some really beautiful products. Anyway, we're going to go see them. And then we're going to pop up by Flint, I think, and check out the Daboween.
Check it out, check it out. Sounds good to me.
I heard there could be upwards of 400 plus people there. I think it's an event worthy of taking the camera with us, and seeing what's
Getting
up.
us some good picks. Some good shots.
At least for us, we're satisfied with just meeting other people that are passionate about cannabis and like to talk about it. All right, what's this?
OG 18.
OG 18. Where's my graphic for OG 18?
OG 18 must have fell off the map. At the bottom of the map.
That's weird. No, that isn't the one I wanted. Oh, it started from the top. Wow.
Watch him throw up now, y'all.
I think I know what to do here. I think we'll just, this may screw up the stream a little, but I did have it go to blank. But after blank, it should have gone to there. So, let's see. Oh, there it is. The final pick of the week. The OG 18. Oh, that's a good looking bud. That's with the macro lens that we just got. Ah, you can see the crystals on this one. This is the bud we're smoking now, so.
Check him out. You work damn good. You see what it is.
The final pick of the week.
Damn, I gotta look at that again.
Now, are y'all keeping the pace with us? That's what I want to know. if you're tuning in and you're smoking with us, you got to keep pace. So bring 3.
Always, we got a party. We're in a conversation unless it's a celebration.
This tastes a lot more like the Vader. Still got a different flavor.
A danky taste to it.
It definitely has that OG flavor, though. Definitely the OG flavor. We'll have to look at the demographics and see if anybody tuned in to view us this time.
You should check us out just to see the weed.
It just may simply be a matter of timing, you know. But once we
check out the meds, you should have checked us out.
We're bringing new ones every week. 3 new ones. Keep pace with us. Come on. If you got some that you think we should try, get a hold of us, because we're celebrating cannabis here. Come on.
We're unscripted.
Oh, okay.
We're on site.
All right.
Live.
Yeah. Okay.
We just take it as a weekend event.
All right. Thanks.
Next time we pass it to you, don't hog it. Make sure you pass it right back now.
It was pretty quick.
Oh, you was pretty quick that time? Last time when I passed it to you, you kind of hogged it. So, puff. Well, this time
was that 2 puffs? I think I hit it 3 times.
what time, man? It's time to pass it.
Well, we actually aren't supposed to light this one up for another 3 minutes, so our graphic will run long. But
we may cut short because we plan on getting to the middle of the state. Join this party tonight.
Wow, I actually had to sneeze because
Instead of the joke. No, this ain't alien.
This is the OG 18. Wow, that was interesting. Very refreshing.
What the hell is refreshing about a sneeze?
It just like cleared everything out, made it wow, nice and refreshing afterwards. The sneeze itself wasn't that refreshing, but it was more spontaneous.
Feels so much better. Just get all that shit out of me. You feel like a muffler.
Well.
Don't worry about it, I ain't gonna fuck. I can still talk when I choke. You was having a hard time even.
I wonder what it sounds like with this mic. We did a little audio check and it sounded good, but with the live stream and the CPU usage, it may be a different thing. We'll find out after the fact. We're amateurs, but we're professional cannabis activists.
Twist off the whole tuggy nuggy up.
Oh, it's so sticky. I'm stuck to it. Wow. I like that. That's a good addition. Thanks to my buddy, Big B.
B&B.
Hey, there's going to be a little coughing involved in this show. Don't worry, you'll be coughing too if you're really following along with the program here.
Refreshing.
Because this program isn't just us trying the picks of the week. This is you joining in the celebration. Come on, it's Friday. You made it through another week. And guess what? Yeah, it's 4 o'clock. We get together and celebrate 420 every day.
Every day is a 420 day.
We get with you once a week. You can make it once a week. Come on. Oh, you're in a state where you can't smoke. Oh,
Too bad. Too bad.
don't come on camera.
Wow. Too bad. So sad.
Well, good news is you can make a difference. You've seen that other states can do it. Your state can do it too. Just find you some greedy bastards that'll support the law and then get it passed real quickly so those same guys are the only ones licensed to grow it. That's a good plan. At least it moves forward.
I mean, it's the best way to lock the economy down.
Hey, it gives the state the full potential to regulate those 10 businesses very adequately with a low budget.
So when they want to put meds with high CBD on the shelf and low THC to trick the world,
I don't know if they had any language in their law specifying certification. And the law that we have going on, that's on the floor, does provide a seed-to-sale tracking system, which could be tied in with the certification process and testing, because there is going to be some licensed certified testing branch of this in their tier system. So they are going to have it where there is the potential to label every product. Oh, that was all that cough.
and the best meds are the meds who have been flushed correctly and who have been tested.
Yeah, you really should be able to know what it is you're buying. Our state's prudent in that line of thinking. They just have a couple little issues they've got to figure out to make it work. One is banking. Nobody's addressing this issue. It's important. You know, pallets of cash piling up in your back room. You know, I mean, it's ridiculous, dude. You can't pay stockholders dividends with envelopes of cash. It's just, well, I guess you could.
It's a dirty bribe, bro.
It sounds ridiculous, dude.
No way.
You gotta be able to have banking.
You gotta have somebody under your belt.
The armored car or company, certified licensed armored transporter, can show up at my grow operation. They can take my product to the certified retailer, and then what? He has to load a pallet of cash in there?
No, there's
Or is he going to be able to just send me a bank credit?
So, okay, so
You
now,
see what I'm saying? Why
so
is
you're
this not being
saying,
addressed?
so it has to be Brinks or something to that nature who comes and,
Whoever applies for that license, that's a separate license, armed transport.
and I have to pay for this?
The grower, I think, has to pay for it, or the retailer. I don't think, when it comes to cash, I don't think the law really specifies anything. See, they want to create these things and then let us figure it out.
Someone has to eat the debt.
No, but they still leave this gray area where people have to operate legitimate businesses in a gray area in conflict with laws. That the state could charter some sort of banking system for the state cannabis industry. You know, it could be, just a credit union, basically. And everybody can participate in that, and only those people. And then if the feds want to come in and close it down, and they know who to go to.
But to supersede that, the Fed should step up. They should put their foot down and make a statement with their rules and their regulations and their laws.
They did defund the Justice Department from activating any or enforcing any laws against medical marijuana operations in states that have laws for it, which was a big move. You know, it shows the feds, but the problem with the feds is they change every few years. There are political persons with aspirations to be president that have said they'll try to overturn that entire process. So, you know, how it is, you know, the states' rights, you know, there could still be a battle. I think that slowly it's just going to undo, and state by state, the states are going to join in some sort of financial cannabis
The only way they're
operation.
going to win is to decriminalize marijuana.
Well, what I want to see is the destruction of the black market and the creation of a free and open market is the only way to do this. You cannot restrict
with their regulations,
players in the game, and you can't stack it so people automatically get to own the boardwalk and Park Place properties before anybody gets to roll the dice. That isn't even how Monopoly is. That's how the modern Monopoly system is.
Isn't that life, though? Isn't that life? Isn't that history?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's been a fight for it.
Went down already in the past.
Monopolies wise,
Money, yeah.
well, we could go
And
back.
money still being split amongst the big dogs still to the day.
We could go back 90 years and we could say out loud that the reason cannabis became illegal was it was the only way to monopolize the resource that was potentially allowed anyone to participate in the resources needed to make plastics, pharmaceuticals, and anything else you can make out of petrochemicals. So we all know this, and we've had to fight against that monopoly. And the unfortunate fact is that some states are electing monopolies to control the system, and it's just the monopoly's winning in the end. You know, they got to monopolize it by making it illegal, which created some great industries. Man,
Okay,
like
so
prison
something
industrial
like this.
complex.
Say something like this here. Okay, now in my vehicle, if I was to have broke my ankle and had a prescription for a painkiller or something in my pocket, I get pulled over or something. It's in my wife's purse or something with her name on the script. She got into slipped on the kitchen floor at night, you know, broke her ankle or something.
Hold on. Okay,
She gets
you
pulled over.
got broken up for a different reason and had your own script, and your wife had a script for a different reason?
No, I'm hypothetically speaking.
Yeah.
So, so we both get pulled over now out of the melee of this shit.
In the same car?
No, we're both in different cars, different
Oh, at
events.
different times, and you both get pulled over by chance at the same time?
No, we just both get pulled over with a prescription pill bottle on us,
Okay.
with our names on it, and we get pulled over. Cops, anything in the car, you tell me, I got my prescription Norco's right here. You pull them out your pocket, shake them in his face. Yes, you can't see him. Yeah, you the bottle back. But now if you get caught with your marijuana in the car, sir,
Wow.
gotta take you to jail for this one. Why is it so harsh, man? It's just, you have to understand that a rule is a rule. It should be enforced on everything.
That is not the way to hit it.
No, you big idiot. Rockhead.
Look at it go, though. It's just, it's going. It's like an incense tree. Now I put it right up here so we can get it on that camera.
That's Mike Dog for you. Always doing something different.
It burned out.
They take your ass to jail for having your meds on the back seat.
I like when they kick in people's doors for a little bit of pot, and they're like armed response units to shoot people's dogs and stuff. I don't know. I just think it's time for all that really to come to an end. And you know, the truth is, if anybody could grow it and
Get it tested.
well, if anybody could grow it themselves, there would be no black market. It would eventually be as valuable as a tomato plant. I mean, because anybody could get one of those, and everybody likes tomatoes. Well, to some degree. And same with marijuana or cannabis. Not everybody likes it. Not everybody would want to smoke it.
Hey man, but you know what was funny? When we was over there at that one shop, when we seen that brown stuff with them seeds and them sticks.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that just made me think of that, man.
What they call that, Thai Rio Grande.
No.
Because it smelled like the Rio Grande.
Arizona.
Oh my god, that was horrible. You gotta have testing, you gotta have labeling, you gotta have consistency in product. If you're gonna regulate the businesses, they can regulate themselves because the end market result is what will drive the industry. You know, the consumers will consume. Not everybody wants to grow it, but the people that want to grow it should be able to get their product certified and tested through the same agency and then put their sales right to the retailer, just like any grower. I really don't think that you should restrict anybody from being able to grow participate in the market to a minute or small degree.
Can you see through my eyes? My eyes are dark. You can see straight through me.
We're going to be out collecting signatures again for MI Legalized this weekend. We're going to join. We're going to be on the West Coast still again, and we'll see if you show up this time. We get to holler out to our man LaRue, see if he's going to join us, or what's the story, man? What's the story? We said it on the air. What's the story? Tune in on YouTube. We're your hosts, Mike and Don.
Peace.
We're not out of here yet.
Till next time.
Alright, let's just recap. We get out of here. Okay, so we gotta hit the road. Alright. The picks this week, we started out with the winner from last week. That was the Vader OG. Obviously, it stoned us out pretty much right off the bat because we couldn't stay straight with the time, and we went right on and hit the next one, which was Alien Hallucination, which made me lose it.
You threw up, y'all.
I didn't throw up. I was a little cough, but it's on tape.
He was woozy, y'all.
I was woozy, dude. And then so we went to the final pick of the week. That was the OG18. The OG18 I thought was really kick-ass. It was a great Kush flavor, you know how its OGs are. And I don't know, do you think it was better than the Vader? You think Vader holds on for another week? They were almost out of Vader. We're not even going to be able to re-up on the Vader. Didn't we clean them out of the Vader?
Pretty much.
I don't know, that may force us to put a new winner in there this week. And that OG18 was the contender, I think. I don't think that the Alien Hallucination had that Kush flavor we like. It was a comparable smoke, definitely worthy of the BudTenders pick of the week. It was good smoke, man. There was no doubt about it. I really wish I could have had that Maui 3, maybe you called it. I wish I could have reviewed that on the show, but get with me, man. We'll try it again next week. I think we're going to get out of here a little bit early this time because we got to hit the road, man. We got to be on the other side of the state in 2 hours. We can't even make it, can we? Alright, fuck it.
No, we won't make it. 7.
6.
7.
Yeah, we won't make it. It's almost 5 now, huh? We could still make the tab, you know?
Yeah, we'll still make that.
Well, I'll holler out to anybody and see if they're going from over here on this side of the state.
To see who's joining.
Yep. So I think I am going to Super Bud. I've definitely, you can tell that I'm really have faded into the galaxy here after smoking that.
I'm spaced out.
I am spaced out. I can barely move my head at this point. I gotta tell you, the combination of those three was the trifecta of the week. And man, I hope you guys joined us with that. We could get some live discussion postings while we're going, man. We could be a little more interactive, let the time flow a little better. But
well, it's alright.
Yeah, this show was about 5 minutes.
This ain't what the show was intended to be. We just kicked this off just as an editorial.
This is brief. We had to do a live feed. We thought it was necessary. So I mean, we ultimately see this as a way to just trim out some bits and put it in our BudTenders pick of the week at the end of the BudTenders Guide to the Galaxy, which is our, oh look at that, the final pick. This was our winner, the OG18.
Gotta give it to him. They smoked it damn good.
You like that? I like that. Almost like oh man. Come on, dude. damn associate producer was supposed to have some music tracks for us. He told me he had some copyrighted stuff too that we could use. He had the copyrights on it already. What? Oh man, come on. All right. Right there. We know what we want to improve on next week. This week we improved on the audio. We got our pictures of the buds so that you can see what we're smoking. And next week we're going to get some damn audio in here, some music in the background. You know, gosh, we would love to promote somebody's music if they thought they had the right mix of that cushy kind of atmosphere, that OG cushy kind of atmosphere that we perpetrate here. I like that picture, man. That looks good. And you gotta hand it to our editing guy, man. He knows how to use that Photoshop, man. He did that in like, God, it was like, boom. I mean, from the time it was in the camera and the picture was taken to the time it was edited and put into it was, it had to be less than 2 minutes. 2 minutes, maybe. You know, that's, you know, the guy knows what he's doing. Now if we could just get an audio guy, somebody maybe playing a little music in the background, get a little band on the side.
Yeah, possibly, maybe.
We just need to cut in some audio clips. You know, like sound effects clips. We could always have a good, like, you know, now after like that coughing fit, we could take out a couple clips of us coughing, and we can like double them up, like. Look for it. We'll put it in there. I'm gonna get a lot of footage of you coughing. And you do the same with me. We'll have a lot of it at the end of this, man. Come on. If we run 30 shows a year, that's 90 different buds. That's a lot of smoke, man. We've not even put a dent in the amount of different buds that are out there. I think the last count I heard there was like over 7,000 different types.
I don't smoke everything, yo. It has to be that grade. If it's not that grade, I won't participate.
Yeah, it definitely has to make the cut. There's a visual, there's a smell factor, and heads off again to however you guys buy your weed in Washington, because that sucks. You can't smell what you're buying. Hats off to Colorado. We have family there. We enjoy Colorado. We're happy to see what you've done there. Could be a little more of a free and open market, but hats off.
All is well.
Yeah, it's a great start.
We'll give it to you when you come up.
Oh, hats off to the Canadian Labour Party. They're pretty boy, man. Have you seen this guy, Trudeau? He's like a JFK look-alike almost. You know, he's like the Canadian version of JFK Jr. You remember him? All right, we're a real photogenic guy. But he says we're going to get this cannabis thing corrected up here. So they're going to get full legalization going on in their parliamentary procedure soon. We're going to be hearing stories. That's positive news for that. I actually think we have a viewer or two in Montreal. Hats off, Montreal. Again, thanks to our viewers in Germany, the UK, and the rest of the United States. Anywhere it's legal, tune in and burn with us. We don't advocate you breaking the law in the states in which it isn't, but you can still tune in, see the buds, see what we're smoking, and join us every week, man, right here.
Till
right
next time.
YouTube. And we're out of here, man.
Stay out of trouble. Keep believing. Check us out next time.